Okay, you guys, so we're back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about India Love talking about young women these days. And she's basically saying that too many girls are just doing anything for clout on the internet. And she's talking about, women who didn't have fathers in the household growing up. They can be really horrible at relationship and making bad decisions and all of that jazz. Yes, guys, you heard that correctly. All of this is coming from Miss India Love. No, I'm going to share the clip with you guys in case you haven't seen it. But here's what I want to say. And I want you guys to just listen to this before we get into that clip of India Love saying all of this, because, honey, she sounded as though she was preaching and teaching. And we know India Love has a history and she has a reputation. So for her to be saying something like this, you know that the internet would automatically come for her and people would drag her. And you know what this is proving? Some time ago, I came across a video or a clip on TikTok, and this young lady was saying every whore, every prostitute, and goal is to be a bona fide Holy Ghost Christian-filled woman. And I think India Love has just proven it to be so true, because what are the chances that India Love is speaking to young ladies about doing anything for clout and being desperate for clout on the internet and not being able to stay in a good relationship and maintain a good relationship because the father was missing in their homes? Can you imagine the audacity? But let's take a look at the clip because it ties it in, and then we're going to come back and talk some more about how the internet responded to India's hallucination, illusion, whatever you may call it. But I don't know what she's on, but I want none of it. But let's take a look at this clip together, shall we? And then I'll get back with the rest of my commentary.
You were raised in a two-parent household.
That matters a lot, right?
That matters a lot.
Okay.
If they didn't have their dad in their life, that matters a lot.
Seriously?
That says a lot about how they are with men and different people in general.
Okay.
It just depends on their upbringing. But for you, it's important for you to ask the right questions, because girls are like all clout driven these days. A lot of them are. So it's like, for you to have to find somebody for you, you have to really pick their brain. And then you got to see through like how they act. It's all about their actions. They could say whatever, but like, what type of girl are you really when I'm not around? Or like, were you, like, you could be on your best behavior when you're with me, but like, how are you with your friends? And like, how are you at parties? That says a lot.
Interesting.
Now, guys, as you all can imagine, when she said that, the internet is not having it, right? Because they're like, your father was present for you, but you were at 17 getting smashed publicly by a dude at 17 and your father was there. Now, we're going to get into some of the comments and reactions from the people. But I must say, before we get into that, what India Love is saying is half true. It's not completely factual. Fathers being in the homes doesn't completely determine a woman's outcome when it comes to her dating and personal life. Some of these fathers that are absent from the home is what made a lot of women survive, because a lot of these fathers weren't father figures and they were not, healthy for the household. Because just think of all the things that comes with a horrible father being in the household that can cause trauma unto the child as well. But where the father is present and the woman still has relationship issues, sometimes that has nothing to do with the father being there or not being there. It's just that some women, they don't understand that they need to take the time to heal. And some women weren't, given that start in life wherein someone sits down, explain to them things that are not okay in relationship, things you should never compromise on in a relationship and all that jazz. So what she's saying has elements of truth to it, but it's not completely factual. And why it's not completely factual is because India Love is a primary example of such. Even though she talks about those things like girls doing anything for clout, India Love is doing anything for clout. But she talks about women doing anything for clout. She was there shading Halle for clout. She was there telling DDG, when Halle decided to drop the, court case against DDG, she was telling DDG, "Oh, you're such an amazing father. You fought your, court battle and you won," when DDG didn't win shit. So she is the epitome of what she is talking about. And that's why the internet is not having it with her. So one person said, this is coming from a woman who had her dad in her life, but still was 17 dating a 33-year-old and dealing with all types of different men that are nothing like her father. And that is true. And some people are like, really, girl? Really? And another person was, well, she has a father and it's ran through. Some of them, the comments were just lengthy, very lengthy, but they did drag her, and they dragged her ass mercilessly. They're telling her, just stay quiet and take cute pictures. She's male-centered. Why would anyone listen to anything she says? The internet was just telling her to shut up because your dad was there and you turned out to be a whore. That's what the internet is telling her. And you're just everything that you're talking about. So, the internet definitely had a field day dragging her ass for saying this. But in all honesty, she's not entirely wrong. What she's saying is half true, but it's just that her delivery wasn't put together. And she's everything that she's talking about. Women seeking clout, and she's all of that and a lot more. But anywho, guys, I want to hear from you. Be sure to leave your comments below. Let's get the discussion popping. And while you're at it, show your girl some love. Give me some sugar like I'm your neighbor, honey. Thumbs up this video. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Peace.